All right, so today we're going to talk about Instagram. I know some of you are Instagram beasts. You been on Instagram for a long time. You know everything. You know how to use it. You're getting great results. However, some of you might be quite new to it. Like me, I'm not a pro on Instagram yet, but I've been getting the hang of it, getting around it, and getting some results. So what I wanted to do today is just to give like a basic training, some tips on Instagram. I've got my phone connected here, as you can see. So I'll just go over a few tips with Instagram. If you have any questions about Instagram, you can type them into the comments, and then we will try to answer them slightly later. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and go through some of the tips. Okay, so first of all, very quickly, your profile on Instagram. So obviously you see your photo there in the top left corner. So what I would advise to do is, let me just do this so that we don't get disturbed. So put a photo that your face is close up. Don't put a photo like this photo here, the green one. Wouldn't be a great profile photo because I'm far away from the camera. And there's a thing called zoom effect. So if a person looks at your profile picture and their brain has to zoom in to your face to see who you are, they're gonna like your photo less than that which is close up and they don't have to zoom in, right? So put, whenever you're putting a profile photo, put it a close up. So it's easy to see. If you can smile in it as well, it doesn't hurt. It actually helps you. It should be only you in your profile picture. So I know you love your kids, you love your dogs, and you love your horses, but don't put them into your profile picture. Just put yourself. So this way it's clear to see. The next is your name. Now you have your username on Instagram, right? Which, for my English one is home-based business coach. And then you have your actual name, right? So if your username is Tom Smith, already has your name in it, then here you can write something else. If it doesn't have your name in your username, then it would be good for you to mention your name. But it doesn't have to be Gediminas Grinavičius. It can be, for example, Gediminas Home Business Coach or something like that, right? So you can straight away call yourself something, right? The next is description. Now for the description, I would always start with how you can help people, right? So mistake that a lot of people put there is, like, I'm a mom, free, I, love movies and traveling. Well, that's great. That's awesome. That's your personality. But without sounding horrible, and I will sound horrible, nobody cares. What I mean is that people listen to only one radio station, WIIFM. It stands for What's in It for Me, right? So people really care about themselves mostly, right? So when a person comes to your profile, first thing they should see is how can you help them? What can you give them, right? What problem can you solve for them? That's really what they care about, right? So the first thing they see is, you help people earn extra income, you help people smell better, you help people have nicer, creamier skin, you help people have wonderful, beautiful hair like mine, or whatever it is, they will like that, right? So because that straight away tells them how you can help them, right? And then you can have more things about yourself, like your family, etc. Right? You can also have a link. So in Instagram, unlike Facebook, where in Facebook we can put links everywhere, in our posts, in our stories, everywhere, whatever we want. In Instagram, really, this is the only place where you can have an active, clickable link. This and private messaging people, right? So like in your posts, you can't put links that people can click and go off Instagram. So this is the only place where you can put a clickable link. So you can put just one link if you want, like this, or you can create yourself a link tree. So if you go to link tree, so it looks like a link tree, then .iee, right? If you go to link tree, you actually can create a link tree for yourself, which is basically, it's like a website, but it basically has links on it, right? So without you having to create your own website, etc., you can free of charge go to Linktree, set up your thing, go to your Linktree, and then you can set up your links. Right now, ignore these ones are in Lithuanian, but this is how it looks like, right? So basically it has these buttons with all of your links. So this could be your Facebook account, your online shop, your referral link, your Facebook group, whatever. So you can put all of your links, and it's very simple. You just go add a new link. You put a link in here. You put the name of the link. So it's like my FB group. You know, you put your link here. You know, let's just do this. Right, and it will appear, you know, a link will appear, right? My FB group. So it's super easy to set up. It doesn't cost you anything, and you basically create these links. So then you have this one link here at the top, which is your main Linktree link. So this link you can copy and then go back to your Instagram, and you can stick. Where am I? You can stick this link in here, and then people click on that your Linktree link, and then it gives them all of these buttons. So you know what I mean? Instead of, because like some people go, well, I want to send people in my group and into my profile and into my business page and into my online shop and into my referral link, and they can only put one link. So you can create a link tree, and then on Linktree you can put all of those links, and here you just put your Linktree link. So somebody clicks on that, they come here and they see all of these buttons. Make sense? Yes, this is yes, this is no. Yeah, I can see for some people it does make sense, right? Okay, so next you have your grid, right? So you have your grid where you put your posts. So you can do like 1 minute videos here like that. You can just put pictures on it. You can put IGTV videos. So IGTV videos are longer. That's your Instagram television, right? So if you're uploading from your phone, they can be up to 15 minutes. If you're uploading from computer, they can be up to 1 hour, right? So what you do, you click on this magnifying glass here at the bottom, and then you click on IGTV, and then you click on a plus sign here at the top, and you can upload videos from your phone onto your IGTV, but they have to be up to 15 minutes and longer than 1 minute, because if it's shorter than 1 minute, it just goes straight onto your grid, onto your feed on Instagram. If it's longer than 1 minute, then you can put it onto IGTV. If it's longer than 15 minutes, it won't let you do it from your phone, but you can go to Instagram on your computer, and then on your computer, you click on your profile, you click on IGTV, and then it gives you this button, upload. So you can click upload, and then it lets you upload videos 1 to 60 minutes, up to 3.6 gigabyte, right? So if you've got longer video that you want to upload to your Instagram television, then you need to do it off your computer, right? So that's also a quick tip there. Also, on your main profile here in the grid, you have your story highlights, right? So you know the stuff you put in your story only lasts 24 hours, but you can then come back, and by clicking here on the new, you can create these little folders where you can put your stories. So even if your story was 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, you can put all of your stories in your folders. So you can put things like, you know, products, family, personal development, you know, whatever you want. You can create these little folders. They can guide people, their special offers and things like that. You can later delete them if you don't want to have that anymore. You just click on that, click delete highlight or edit highlight, and you can either edit it or delete it off of your Instagram, right? So that's your story highlights. Okay, now probably one of the most versatile parts of Instagram is your stories. So if you click on the home button here at the bottom, then you click on the little camera symbol here at the top, it allows you to create a story, right? So now we've got the camera thing, right? You can go to create, which will be just a blank canvas for you to work. You can do a live video here too. You can also do a boomerang, where you just do a bunch of photos, and then it does this little, you know, moving thing. And then you can do layout, where you put a couple of photos like, and so on, right? So it's up to you, right? So you've got plenty of options there. But what I really like about stories is that, let's say if you click on the icon here in the corner, you can grab a photo from photos that you already have, right? So let's just grab one of these photos, right? And then one of my favorite buttons is this, right? Is the sticker at the top, because this gives you a lot of different options here. So for example, you can do polls. So if you click on the poll, you can ask a question, you know, do you like perfume, right? And people can then go ahead and vote. And the whole idea basically of your Instagram stories is to start a conversation. So remember, I mean, I'll say this again and again and again, the purpose of your stories on or the purpose of your social media is not to sell, is to start conversations, right? Too many people try to jump to the sale right away, but often it doesn't work out. But if you start a conversation and then in the conversation, you offer them a product, there's a bigger chance that they will buy something, right? So you can do a poll. If you don't want it anymore, you just drag it onto the bin and off it goes. Also, through the sticker, you have your questions. So you can ask a question and let people type in, like, what is your favorite perfume, right? And people then can type in the name of their favorite perfume, and that can be a great conversation starter to actually get people to tell you what they like, etc. And then the third one that I really like is the quiz, right? So guess my favorite perfume, right? And then you can put Gucci, Rush, oops, Rush, Chanel, oops, Chanel, and something else, right? And then you choose which one is the right answer. So if you click on that, that will be the right answer. But people don't know which one it is, and they will vote. They will try to guess it, right? Say it again. It engages people, but then everybody who engaged in your story, who clicked on it, you can reach out to them and say, "Hey, thanks for clicking the button. Yeah, I do love this particular scent. Blah blah blah," and it just starts the conversation. You know what I mean? So there's so much more in there. If you click on the stories, you can add music, you can add GIFs. You can add, you can mention people, you can tag people, you can put locations, you can put countdown, for example. Let's say you do a secret sale, you know, starts in, and then you can put in, you know, when you want it to start. Let's say today at 11:16, right? Done. And now you have a countdown timer going on, right? So people they can even get reminders, right, when the timer runs out, etc. So you could do these things like you could put a product picture and say, you know, 50% off or whatever off it is, and then say ends in, and you put the timer in, right? So it creates that urgency, it creates that scarcity, and it's just more interesting, guys. It's just more engaging than just a plain picture in your story, right? So there's plenty of things you can do on here. Now, also, what I like about stories, which I recently discovered, if you go to create mode and then you scroll down here at the bottom, you see you can scroll through different things, right? So what I like, for example, let's say question, right? And you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I can't think of a question. What should I ask people? Like, I just really like got no fantasy, you know, no imagination. You see these little two dice at the top. You click on that, and Facebook and Instagram actually thinks of a question for you. So if you're really down on ideas, you just click on the dice, and it gives you some ideas of what you could post, what you could ask your people. Same thing if you go to the quiz. Again, you can click, and Instagram will give you some ideas, right, on what options for the quiz. And same with the question. If you click on the dice, they'll say, should I start a blog? Would a unicorn or a dragon make a better pet? Are you fast or slow walker, right? So again, you might be thinking, well, what the heck does fast or slow walking got to do with me building a business, you know? Or what the heck, you know, does mustard has to do with my business? Well, actually nothing and everything. Because as soon as somebody engages on your story, It gives you an excuse to start a conversation with that person, guys. And that's the whole point. That's the whole game of Instagram, right? So you can create the stories, and like I say, if you're running out of ideas, you can just think of different things that you can post by using this little option here. Then next is how to discover things, how to find things on Instagram. So you click on the magnifying glass, and then you can find things through the search, right? So let's say you want to connect with hairdressers, right? So let's say we put hairdresser, right? Let's say I want to start recruiting hairdressers. Oh, I've got one hairdresser straight at the top of my results for some reason. I don't know who she is. All right, so we search that. Hey, Louise, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Right, so it gives you the top. So a lot of this stuff is basically stuff you searched before. But then if you click on accounts, it'll give you accounts with a hairdresser in the name of the account, right? So you could look for different accounts with hairdresser, or you could go to tags and they'll give you different tags that have hairdresser. So let's say I want to look for hashtag hairdresser, 14.2 million posts, right? Hairdresser live, 477,000 posts, right? And so on, right? So you could think again, who do I want to find? Who would be good for my business? Who would be good people to reach out? Like, for example, let's say we put diet, right? And then hashtag diet, 64 million posts, right? So you click on hashtag diet, and who would put a post with hashtag diet? A lot of people who go on diet, right? And who goes on diet? People who want to lose weight. And guess what else people who want to lose weight might be interested in? Slimming products. That's right, right? So you know what I mean? It's a bit of thinking like, where can I find my potential customer on Instagram? Where can I find my potential team member? Let's say you do incredibly well with personal trainers. You know, you recruit one, get a great story. You recruit a second one, get a great story. Third one. Then you might think, okay, let me find more personal trainers. So you go on Instagram, you go in a search, personal trainer, and it gives you, you know, for example, if you click on accounts, you know, you've got all of these accounts of personal trainers. You click on tags, gives you all the tags, you know, with personal trainer, right? 29 million posts, right? So you click on that and you'll have plenty of personal trainers that you can reach out to, right? Or you can even more specify, you know, personal trainer London, right? 62,000 posts, right? Now these, you know, guess who would put hashtag personal trainer London? People who live in London, right? So now these guys are local to you if you live in London, right? So just think about it. Well, how can I find people? Let's say you want to recruit people locally, right? Let's put Bedford, right? We'll put Bedford in. One, we can look through the tags. So who did hashtag Bedford? 617,000 people. Or we can click on places. Who ticked the geolocation Bedford, right? We select this, Bedford, Bedfordshire. And again, we see all the posts who ticked geolocation in Bedford. So the chances are they either live in Bedford or they visited Bedford, right? So again, you could reach out to those people because they might be local to you, right? So this is how you discover people. You know, it's much easier to discover people on Instagram than it is to discover people on Facebook. Would you agree with that? All right, so that's that. Then you have obviously the little heart symbol at the bottom is your notifications, right? So you can see who commented, who liked your post, who followed you, and so on. And then back to your profile here if you click at the bottom, right? Also, one thing I would suggest you to do if you're new on Instagram and your account is still growing is to actually message every single person who starts following you. Hey, John, thanks for following me. How's things? You know, just wanted to reach out to you, right? So this is where you start conversations with all the people who actually reach out to you. Now, also on Instagram, when you're doing your posts, you can put some hashtags. This way, you know, other people can discover you. You can put up to 30 hashtags, but from listening to a bunch of experts or gurus for Instagram, they recommend anywhere between 6 and 10 hashtags, you know, so don't put too many because it does look a bit spammy when you go crazy with it, right? And have some sort of Instagram strategy. You know, one of the strategies I loved hearing from Fraser when I watched his training was 5 times 5 times 5. What does it mean? It basically says you go on your tags and you search 5 tags. So let's say healthy hair, right? One of your hashtags. So you put healthy hair, you click on tags, right? And you see 7.7 million posts, right? So you choose 5 of these tags, right? So you choose 5 tags that you're going to be working. So you search each tag and then you go and find 5 posts to comment on, right? So 5 tags. For each of the 5 tags, you find 5 posts with that tag, and for each of those posts, you put a comment with at least 5 words on it, right? So I find a tag of healthy hair, I find 5 posts with healthy hair, and I leave 5 comments. What are you doing here? Why would you do that? It's basically, again, to engage people. So people, when they will see your comment, they might come onto your profile, see who you are, etc. And why 5 words? So that your comment looks genuine. Because if you just go commenting, wow, LOL, OMG, amazing, right? It doesn't look very genuine and it doesn't look like you spend a lot of time. But if you actually go on a person's post and you leave an intelligent comment that actually means something, there's a chance that that person will reply to your comment, or maybe come onto your profile, or maybe start following you, or whatever it is, right? So it's a cool strategy to have in your daily method of operation. Now, again, I know a lot of you live on Facebook and you're saying, oh my gosh, but I'm doing all of this work on Facebook already, etc. Yes, but you have to diversify your social media. Yeah, you can be really focused on one platform, but you don't want to just be on one platform. Why? Because what if your profile gets shut down? Or what if you get a ban from Facebook for a week where you can't send messages, or you can't join new groups, or you can't comment on other people's posts? This way you have another platform that you can come and work on until your profile gets fixed or unblocked, etc. Right? So again, it's just to have a more variety in your social media, right? Also, one of the things I learned from Fraser is to create your dream 50 list, right? So you might want to think of, okay, who would I like to have in my team, and do a bit of homework, research a little bit, find some nicer profiles who maybe have 10,000 followers, 15,000 followers, etc., and then try to work the relationships with those influencers to eventually bring them into your business, to eventually recruit them into your business. Also, a quicker strategy with influencers is just to actually message them and say, hey, if I sent you my product, if I sent you a sample of my product, would you do a photo and tag me in and send people down my way? So if somebody, don't go to people who have like 100,000, 200,000 followers right away, because those people might actually charge you for that. But if somebody got 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 followers, they might not be making an awful lot of money on Instagram. So they might actually do a shout out for you for free just for a product, right? If you send them a product, they might do a shout out for you. And this way, again, more people will come to your profile trying to figure out, oh, who's this person that this influencer just tagged? So develop some sort of a DMO, daily method of operation, to work your social media so that you actually attract people, into your business. Now, as with Facebook, obviously a lot of business happens in the messenger. So do work your messenger. When you go to the home icon and then you click on the top here, you have your messages. And sometimes, when you have messages from people who you don't follow, they will appear here like message requests. So always check if you haven't got any message requests, because sometimes you have some waiting messages of people who want to communicate with you. So that's also quite useful. And also, if you want to get better at Instagram, just observe other people who are better than you at Instagram. So, look for other leaders in network marketing, maybe even in our company, and look what they do. Look how they manage their Instagram, and don't copy them, but model them, right? See what they do and do something similar. Because if they do it and they get loads of likes and comments and shares, etc., then if you do it, there's a chance that you will get similar results, right? So again, it's just a good way to model successful people and instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, right? Stay curious, keep learning, see what others are doing, and you will start getting results. The final thing I wanted to show you is just, again, another little trick on your stories. So if you do a photo of yourself, right? one of the cool things is if you click on the squiggle thing and you choose a color, let's choose purple, and then you click on the screen and hold it, it will make the whole screen that color. Then if you grab the eraser at the top, you can erase it and make yourself visible again. And then you have nice background, so you can grab some text and you can write something, right, on the text bit. It's just a cool thing that I saw. I thought, that's quite clever, right? So that's, guys, my few tips on Instagram. I hope you got some value from this. Did you learn something new? Did you see some value in this? Yes? No? Let's see if we got. Dominique is asking, why would Facebook disconnect an account, or what to do to get it disconnected? Oh, that's a good question, and actually I didn't show it. Let me actually show it to you. There's a little bit of settings. So if you go to your Instagram, click on your face at the bottom there, bottom right, and then you click on the three dots at the top here, three dashes. You've got your settings, right? So you have a lot of different settings you can do on your Instagram. One of them being you should turn your account into business. So if your Instagram account is still private, turn it into business. So if you click on settings here at the top, and then you click on account, you'll see at the bottom there it says, on my one it says switch to personal because I'm already a business account. So switch to business account. Why? Because actually then it gives you insights. So when you have a business account and you click on those three dots, you have insights. So you can actually see your audience, you can see who's liking your post, etc., and things like that. And even on your actual post, if you go into your actual post and click on view insights, it actually shows you how many people liked it, how many shared it, etc., what reach it had, and things like that, right? So it's useful to know in order long term to see what's working, what's not working on your Instagram, etc. Also, if you click on those three dashes, then you go to settings, you can link your account, right? So you can link your Facebook account here as well, right? So the question is where? I haven't looked for it for a while. I can't find it now very quickly, but you can actually connect your Facebook to your Instagram. So if you got disconnected, just go back again and try to reconnect it again, because I know definitely you can do that, right? So Facebook, close friends. I can't find it now, it's so quick. But you can Google, most of the things, guys, if you ever can't find, like, how do I connect my Facebook to my Instagram, or how do I do this, just go and Google. Type it in and you'll see a tip or a video or something with explanation how to do that. But if you go through the settings, you can find a lot of different things that you can edit around your profile. You can add more contact details, you can put less contact details and things like that, all through your settings. So play around with your settings, go through all of these different options, have a look at each of them. What do they do? What can I add, etc. Just play around with it a little bit. I know when you first start using Instagram, it can be a little bit awkward. Cool. Any questions? Anything else? What Terry's asking, what is advisable for the ratio of people to follow compared to those that follow you, and who should follow? Well, really, it's more people should follow you than you following, right? This is a common sense, right? But then you have to sort of choose who and how many you want to follow. Like on my English account, actually, I have a lot of people that I follow. It's over 1,000. On my Lithuanian one, I have almost 1,000 followers, but I only follow about 200 people. Because at the end of the day, you have to choose people, because otherwise it's just flooding of information. So you have to choose people. Like I follow people. One group of people that I follow is people that I can learn from. So people who got great Instagram accounts, who put tips, etc. So I follow those people so I can learn from them. And the other group of people that I follow is people that I want to network with, people that maybe I want to recruit into my business, and so on. So that's sort of the people that you should be following. But how many exactly? What's the ratio? I'd say, well, at least you should definitely more people should follow you than you're following. Cool. Some people saying that it's helpful. Awesome. Any more questions, guys, before we wrap up for today? No, maybe I'll unmute Irina. Hey, Irina, how you doing?
Hello, hello. I'm doing with interest, listening everything very interesting because we today got interesting.
Cool. Anybody else wants to give any tips on Instagram? Oh, you're all good.
So
Cool.
actually, we need to learn. Just simply need
Yeah.
to learn.
Absolutely, absolutely, guys, and have a look around. There's loads of free resources. YouTube is full of videos on like Instagram tips and things like that. So just do a bit of homework. That's what I did. I just started looking around. Got few courses. Not for too expensive, but just to get some ideas, etc. Started looking what other people do.
Gediminas, we got another question.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do you know how to put price tags on pictures? Canva, guys. Anything with picture editing, it's Canva.com. If you go to canva.com, it's the easiest thing, unless you're like a graphic designer, etc., which I'm not very creative. I just go on canva.com. They've got a template for everything. You go, there's a template for Facebook post, there's a template for Instagram post, there's a template for YouTube cover, and so on. You choose that let's say Instagram post, then it gives you hundreds of different templates for that Instagram post, one with a picture, one with a text, one with a picture and the text, and you just play around with it. So you can get Canva on your phone, you can get Canva on your computer, and I use it all the time for all of my images, whatever images I do for social media. If you saw the poster for this little training, it's done on Canva, guys. So really simple. Awesome. Looks like the questions are done. Guys, thank you very much for jumping on. I appreciate your time this Sunday evening. Glad you got some value. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you at the top. Bye for now.